morning, everybody. Welcome to Food and Finance with Shelley, where we make delicious food and we break down financial information into digestible bites that everyone can understand. So, my name is Shelley. I'm a certified financial planner. I live in Houston, Texas. I'm also an amateur cook. Love to make up new recipes in my kitchen. And by the way, this is my kitchen, my home kitchen. So welcome into my home this morning. We're going to be talking about some interesting ideas, ways to do new twists on food, and new ways to think about your finance. So I want you to overall, while we're doing this, think of a couple of central ideas. One is most importantly, I want you to be versatile and be open to new ways of doing things when you're in the kitchen. New ingredients, new spices, new techniques. And just like with food, I want you to be creative and flexible and be open to different solutions for your financial priorities. And if you have a question and need expert opinion, don't go to the guy down the street. Maybe he made a lot of money in the stock market, but he doesn't know your situation. Instead, go to a trusted financial advisor or financial planner and let them help you put together a financial plan that is unique and specific to your concerns. All right, let's get started. Today's menu includes breakfast to go, and I'm thinking of things that you can make quickly, have a little bit of a different take on your traditional ones. So, maybe on the weekends you got time to kind of be lazy, get up late, make a big breakfast for your family, but during the week, you have to get up, you gotta go to work, you gotta get your kids ready, and you don't have time to make big exotic breakfasts. So this recipe is designed for where you can get it ready, it can be in the oven while you're getting dressed and making the kids lunches, and then come back in and you're gonna have these delicious breakfasts, and you can take them to go, or you can just eat them at home quickly with your cup of coffee before you leave the house. We are gonna make egg cups with avocado and cheese and potatoes and some fresh tomato. They are going to be spectacular. So the first thing we have to do is we have to cook the egg cups with some cheese. You can get regular tater tots, it doesn't really matter, but these have to be defrosted, okay? So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna drop in 3 into each cup, and then we're gonna kind of make like a saucer out of it. All right, so now we've got the tater tots in. We're gonna mush them on the bottom of the pan here, and you know me, I don't mind getting my hands dirty. We're gonna do that, and then what I'll do is I've got some cheese here, and I'm gonna put some cheese on these. This is extra sharp white cheddar. Doesn't really matter. You can use regular cheddar. You can use, if you want to use American, you can really use whatever you want. And so I'm gonna put cheese on all of these cups. And then we put another piece of cheese on top in a crisscross shape. And what it's gonna do is the potatoes form kind of your basis. They're like the core of these egg cups. And just like with cooking, you have that kind of core, you also need a financial core. So when you have your financial strategies, you can afford to do some different things, but your basis needs to be something that's stable and balanced and diversified. Now what I'm gonna do is I am now going to bake these in the oven at 375 for about 15 minutes. So like I said, this is where I would put these on in the morning and then go do whatever you need to do and then come back. You don't need to sit around for 15 minutes waiting, or maybe you just want to have a cup of coffee while you're making your breakfast. Whatever, it's your decision, it's your financial plan. So I'm gonna pop these in the oven and I'll see you back in 15 minutes. So it's been 15 minutes. Let me take these out of the oven. Oh my gosh, they look so good. Look at all that gooey cheese. I'm gonna stick that on there for a second. So while those are cooling down, I'm going to make the egg mixture now, okay? So these are basically 3 steps, but these are 3 really incredibly easy steps. So the recipe calls for a cup of half and half. Well, guess who forgot to buy half and half at the store? But I have regular milk and I have whipping cream. Dilute them, half and half. See? This is all about being flexible and creative in the kitchen, and flexible and creative in your financial strategies, because things aren't always gonna go the way you think they are. Can we say pandemic messing up pretty much everything in our lives? So, put it in the bowl. So this is my half and half. And then I'm going to add 6 eggs. I'm doing each egg in a separate bowl after the first one. I forgot the bowl initially. So, so that way if there's any shells in it, you don't dump them into the milk mixture, okay? So I now have 2 more eggs to crack. There we go. You guys really are a good luck charm for me, because I am not getting shells. Now of course you know this one I'm gonna get shells in, right? Because that's how life works. Let's see if we can do 6. Oh my gosh, clap the hands. We have 6. Now I'm going to take this And I'm going to mush these first. I'm gonna whisk this together. If you want, you can transfer to a bigger bowl because this is a lot of liquid, but you know what? I don't really care if I mess up. It's my kitchen. I mess it up, I just have to clean it up afterwards. Or maybe I can get my son to clean it up. What do you guys think? No, probably not. Okay, so we finished whisking in. Now we do need to add some seasoning to our eggs. So we're going to put some salt in. Notice I'm not really measuring it because everyone has different tastes and how they like salt, so I just put a little bit in, and I can always add more at the end. You can't take salt away, but you can always add more. And a handy financial tip in there is that those of you who have kids and are trying to save for college and are deferring your retirement savings because you're trying to put money away for college, no one is going to loan you a dime to retire, but there are options for college. Don't be afraid to try new things. So I like cumin. I'm from Texas. I love cumin, and we're gonna add some avocados in later. Love that flavor. Also garlic. Those of you who've maybe watched some other videos with me know how much I love my garlic. So I'm gonna put just a little bit of garlic. Recipe doesn't call for it, but I'm gonna put a little bit in. And I'm gonna put a little granulated onion. Again, some new flavors in here that weren't in the original recipe. I mean, salt and pepper's kind of boring, right? And then I'm gonna add this cumin in. Adds a little bit of a kick without being too spicy, and it really tastes great with the avocado and the tomato we're about to put in. So, adding new things, right? Same thing with your investments, same thing with your financial strategy. So, you know, don't be afraid to try new things. Maybe you've always had mutual funds, and that's what comes in your retirement account, and that's what your parents had, or whatever. Well, you know what? Why don't you try investing in a few stocks? Obviously, do it with some good advice, okay? Don't just randomly do it. But why not try some different things in your financial strategy? Your life changes so dramatically over time. Well, shouldn't your financial plan change with it? It needs to be adjustable and flexible. Okay, so before we pour it in, we're gonna cut up some tomatoes and cut up some avocados. I wanna show you this wonderful, cool gadget that my son gave me for Mother's Day a few years ago. It is called an avocado pit remover thing. I don't even know what the name of it is, but what you do is you can actually use the knife and you can open the avocado. I've already gotten that done for time purposes. And then this is the best part. Instead of having to dig around or put a knife in the middle of the pit, you just push down and dump it out. See? Perfect halved avocado. In this case, I've already cut some up like this. If you want to cut up more, all you do is you can go like this. Be careful of the knife. Don't do it the way I just did it. And then you can go like this. You can do it cut like that, and you can literally just peel the rind off and you've got avocado. And then we're going to have tomatoes. Now this is an example. I'm not a huge tomato person, never have been, but for this recipe I think it's going to be gorgeous. Let's talk about trust, okay? When you've got a knife and you're in the kitchen, you know, take care of yourself and trust that you're going to do the right thing. You know, don't take it too fast, and just make sure you are taking care of it. So I'm going to get my nails out of the way, things like that. These are really sharp knives. In the same way, you need to be able to trust your financial advisor, and you need to be able to be candid with them. I'll give you an example of a new client I have, and this is a woman who has considerable assets. She runs her own business, very independent, and she has a lot of cash. Has a lot of money fear, so she likes to keep a lot of cash around. Long-term care is a very big concern for her. She's got some health issues. Her mother's in hospice care, so this is a big issue. When I met her, this was the #1 issue for her. And so she's talking to the banker because that's where she has all of her cash. And the banker's like, oh, no, you don't need to worry about that. You got plenty of money. You need to put this cash in the market, let it work for you, you know, don't worry about it. Well, that didn't take into account any of her risk tolerance, didn't take into account what she needed about her mother. I doubt the banker knows anything about her mother. So what did she do? She picked up the phone and called me after that conversation. And you know, we've talked about trusting your gut in the kitchen and trust your gut financially. There was something about this. She didn't need my permission to do anything. She knew that there was something off about what this guy was saying. And he was willing to put everything she had at risk, or a large portion, just because he didn't like to deal with protection and insurance and things like that. So that's a really important point, guys. Again, you need to make sure that your advisor is full service, looks at both sides of your balance sheet, and don't just take it on faith that this person is going to do the right thing for you. If I hadn't been around and she would have done what he suggested, it could have turned out very badly the next time we have a stock market drop. Let's start pouring the eggs in. So what I'm going to do to avoid making a complete mess, I'm going to pour this in a measuring cup. less there. And I'm going to start filling these. And, oh my gosh, can you believe this? You've got the potatoes and the cheese. Oh my gosh, this is just gonna be so good. I can't believe it. I want to eat them like right now. All right, you know, I always talk a lot about color and color stimulating the senses. So we've got this beautiful bright red in the tomato, and we've got the gorgeous green in the avocado. We've got the yellow of the egg, and it's kind of a milky yellow. So this is where you really need to trust yourself. When you're in the kitchen and you find an ingredient you don't want, maybe you just cannot stand tomatoes, right? Or you can't find avocados where you are. Well, you know what? Just substitute something different. If you wanted something green and didn't have avocados, then you could maybe cut up some spinach and do it little bitty strips, and that would be beautiful on top. So you don't need to follow the recipe, use it as a guide. And in the same way, your financial plan is a guide. A budget is a guide. Things happen, okay? I call them my life's expected unexpecteds. And so if you need to make a little detour, you know, maybe you had a new baby and didn't plan, or had to buy a new house, that's okay. Your plan should be able to adjust to that. As long as your plan is comprehensive, you're not gonna have an issue with changes. And so, oh, well, you know, make it a little messy. So we're gonna put the tomato in. May have overfilled it just a little bit. So I'll see you back in about 15 minutes. We're not gonna put the avocado on now because we don't wanna cook the avocado, okay? So we're just gonna let this sit out, and I'm going to put this in the oven at 375 for about 10 minutes or so, and let the eggs set, and we'll be back to enjoy our delicious breakfast together. Here they are. Oh my gosh, look at those. Don't those look beautiful? So we just have a couple more things we need to do. Basically, we need to put the avocado on, all right? And you know, not all the pieces are gonna be even, but I think you're used to me by now and knowing that I just kind of go with the flow when I'm cooking. But I don't go with the flow with financial stuff because people come to me for strong financial decisions and strong financial discipline. So it's okay to be like this in the kitchen. All right, so we're gonna keep putting it in. I gotta tell you, you can't smell, but it smells so good. That little bit of cumin and garlic in there, it's just tickling my nose, wanting to eat. This is all we have to do. We're gonna take them and putting on our serving plate in a minute, and then we'll be back to complete and eat our breakfast. Okay, oh my gosh, does this look gorgeous? Look at this. Here's the thing, this looks like a gourmet brunch, right? Like for Sunday, what, lazy Sunday afternoon, or no. This is something you've made while you're getting ready for work. You know, you just know all the steps and add your ingredients, and honestly, these look like little souffles. Talk about being intimidated by a recipe, right? But this isn't intimidating at all. We've got our egg cups with avocado and cheese and tomato, and throwing in a little garlic and cumin for me, and avocado on top. And we talked about in the beginning about our themes of being flexible and being creative in the kitchen and going to experts when you needed that advice. Same thing with your finances. We want you to be flexible. We want you to know your unique issues and priorities that aren't anyone else's. And when you need help, we want you to go to an expert, a financial advisor, certified financial planner, and get that help you need. You don't have to do it alone. Okay, so if you want to taste these recipes or try them out in your kitchen, please go to our website, foodandfinancewithshelley.com. There you can find the recipes, you can find a place to make comments. Let me know if you made any special changes of your own. I'd love to hear how you've adapted the recipes for your own palate. And if you would like to have a conversation or a chat with me about financial issues, please feel free to click on the links to my business site as well. So, in conclusion, enjoy your cooking, enjoy what you do in the kitchen, enjoy having control over your finances, and I appreciate you coming here, and keep your eye out for more videos. Love to see you back here soon. Now, the souffle, the egg cup. Let's see. The egg is nice and fluffy. Grab the avocado with it. See if we can balance. Nope. Oh my gosh. That cumin is amazing. Oh, you're gonna love it. You are gonna love this. Okay, have fun, go cook. Let me know if you guys try this, and I'd love to hear how it went, okay? All right, enjoy your breakfast to go. We'll see you back soon.